He's starting for the Prime team, and his ID is Byun.
I like those earphones. His opponent to the top right. I don't know what color his shirt is 100%, but he is on Kespa's 8th team. It is Terminator.
We're never gonna find out, Wolf.
No.
I'm still struggling.
It pains me greatly. Well, one thing is for sure, it's not beige.
Yeah.
Definitely not purple. He's got the purple logo, though, on the shirt. So.
Well, in this game now, we are on Cloud Kingdom, which gives, of course, you always a bit of a variety of strategies that you can use as a Protoss player. One of the things that we've seen in the past is also Blink that can be executed here really well. It works a little bit similar to Antigua, where you have a lot of cliffs that you can jump up if you have the Observer to grant you high ground vision. Might be one of the things that Terminator does here. Is he going to play a straight up game? Will we see with the tech choice that tries to catch Byun off guard? And of course, for the Terran player, the same is true. Yes. I feel like Byun is the one who's once again trying to play this just straight up. He knows that's where his advantage is.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. To take the gas here, though, like he's doing, is not what I expected. Byun is really good at siege tank builds on this map. Exactly the same siege tank build we saw from Bomber is something Byun has shown this map a lot of the time. In fact, I feel like he may have even given this build to Bomber, or Bomber may have studied from Byun to make that build happen. Oh, this probe, is he going to get in? Yeah, he will.
Yeah. The probe goes in, we'll see the gas, and of course Byun with the gas has a few options. He could to get a second gas, go into Banshees, could just try to harass a little bit with the Medivac drop, and also a few Hellions. Trapping the probe inside to take it down. The Marine will be there in just a few seconds to kill the Harvester.
Yep. Probe at this point probably should just start poking away at SCVs, making the best of it. Running around, he's not going to see anything. He takes a second gas as a response to this. Wants to make sure he can be safe. And there's a lot of different things you can do with the second gas, like the Robo build we saw in game number 1. You can also go for star gameplay. He doesn't have another probe on the map to hide anything, though, so it looks like he's just going to go for a 1 gateway expand with double gas, the extra gas, granting him the ability to tech more quickly.
And we have a Reaper expand for Byun. He added the tech lab a few seconds ago. The first Reaper is now being produced. The last time that we saw this, it was not really successful. But this time, it might change things just a tiny little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't pull out of gas with his SCVs in the refinery, so he's going to be able to get stem very soon with this, like you want to have with the Reaper expand. There it is. Command snare and then stem. The Nexus hasn't been planted yet, so the SCV did not see that.
Stargate opening for Terminator.
Ooh.
This is going to be really, really cool.
It's basically got to be Phoenix, based on how late he made it, because it's not proxied.
Yeah, if we proxied it, then we would see a Void Ray here, but it really looks like we are going to see a Phoenix play. And the question now is, of course, if the Reaper is able to jump into the main base and scout it. That would be the best case scenario for Byun.
I think he's going to see it. There's nothing to stop him. There's no way.
Yeah.
He gets in.
Yeah, he's in, and he's going to scout.
Nice micro on the Reaper as well. He's going to take out some probes. Oh, ho, ho.
That was one nice force here. That was beautiful. But still, he saw what's going on. He knows exactly what's happening. Adds 2 additional barracks so that he can get more and more Marines.
Next time, Reaper should jump over a force field. Like, if you can jump over a cliff, you can't jump over a force field. What? A lame Reaper. That Reaper needs to work on his skills.
You know what I mean? Like in an action movie, the hero slides over a car, and that's exactly what the Reaper can do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the exact image I had in my mind. You know, make Reapers more viable. Have them jump over force fields.
Yeah. That's an idea.
Well, that combat awareness in Heartless Run is pretty good, I have to say.
It definitely is.
Teleport successful.
Teleport is successful. That means the second Phoenix is out. The first one is here to scout.
Yeah, and with the second one, he could do damage, but there are so many Marines now being produced, and in a few seconds there will be even more because the 2 barracks are going to finish, and Stim is ready. So let's just be honest about this for a second. Those Phoenixes should not do a lot of damage.
Yeah, at the very least, the first 2 will not. He's not even making any more Phoenixes, so I wonder what his long-term plan is going to be here. He is pretty shut down right now. This happens when he gets scouted early on.
That was definitely the problem. that the Reaper was able to get into the main base, and Terminator knows this is most likely not going to work too well. That didn't make any sense at all. What was that, Terminator?
I think he thought the Marine was going to die before he lifted it, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too. That didn't make a lot of sense. Lifting the Marine, attacking it. The Marine thinks he's dead.
He's like, death is too good for the Marine. I want to scare him.
Yeah, and then he picks up another one and he realizes, oh well, they can't shoot while they lift something.
That was a bit strange for sure.
That was one lucky Marine.
Robo support bay comes down. We may see a mid-game composition with Phoenix Colossus. Alright, this Mule. Massive.
Yeah,
You did see, in this case, holding him up in the air makes a difference. He got the same Mule. He picked him up. He was like, oh, I'll finish him.
Mortal Kombat finishing move. That was the lamest finishing move sound that I've ever heard. Pew pew.
That's basically how it's done, man. That's how Phoenix is doing. Phoenix looks so dangerous in that Carbot. When I see them there, I wouldn't want to face it. Alright, it's going to be one Colossus first. Will he actually commit to a timing attack?
I mean, if you look at it right now, we have for Byun still a pretty scary force walking across the map. This guy has 22 Marines, and he's not afraid to use them.
Yeah, and with 5 Marines rallied at a time behind, this is very scary. But Terminator does have one Colossus on the way. Combat shields here are going to help out against that, but we'll see. I'm a little surprised he's not trying to hunt down reinforcements like medevacs, which is just rather than for SCVs, because killing 1 or 2 SCVs here is much less significant, I feel. And he knows the attack.
Well, the big problem is really the Colossus that is ready. Excellent thermal lens has been started, so did the second Colossus, but the problem, of course, for Terminator is that he can only rely on one. But one should definitely be enough to work against the Marines. There are a lot of them on the other hand.
Yes, they do have stim and combat shields. Byun showing again, he can put these rocks in their place. Here we go, he stims, runs in, the force shields are decent.
And the Colossus is doing a great job against the Marines.
A nice pickup here. But here the Phoenix is coming to play just a little bit.
Byun just lost a lot of Marines to this. I think he didn't realize that there was already a Colossus. He was really hoping of approaching the Protoss player's base without the Colossus support.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Absolutely agree. Now we have ranged on 3 additional gates coming down, and still no Phoenix production, so he's not going to try to use the Phoenixes to neutralize the Vikings.
A thing for Terminator is, though, that Byun is now even ahead in the Harvester count, so the economy is much better for the Terran player. If you have the Harvester lead as a Terran player and the Mules, your income is so much better. And if you just look at the overall supply, we have such a significant lead for Byun, who even had some 2-2, whereas Terminator is just now researching the first armor upgrade. So this is pretty scary for Terminator.
Yeah. If you consider that Byun doesn't have a third base, though, I could see a situation where we have the third Nexus going down for Terminator. He gets, a critical mass against. It's very difficult for Byun to attack. Byun has to pull some SCVs in attack. We've seen this a lot today already. And we'll see if Terminator tries to take that third Nexus. It's just what he's been showing. So.
Phoenix goes down.
Yeah.
Phoenix flying over a bunch of Marines is never a good idea.
Definitely not.
If you do that as a Phoenix, you deserve to die.
You're trying to play with fire.
Yeah.
This Phoenix, on the other hand, knows just how to play it well.
Yeah, he's good.
He's alright. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Terminator can actually defend here and take. I mean, was it worth it, Byun, to get that Phoenix? I don't think so, man. Well, that Marine is so lucky. What?
Yeah, we have a couple of those today, don't we? So now we have plus supers to halfway done. Storm is on his way. We have Colossi and Storm, a third base being produced for Byun. But Byun still has a supply lead over his opponent. His economy is good. He's getting these upgrades. He also has Vikings now in the game, so he can work against the remaining Phoenix and also against the Colossi. But still, he hasn't won the game just yet. He's moving out once again, and as long as he can pressure those two Colossi, he will be able to do a lot with those Marines. High DPS units. But it's not going to be easy, especially with Storm now more than halfway done.
Where is the third base for Terminator? He's not able to make it. He doesn't feel comfortable. He's going to prepare for another attack by Byun, but if Byun gets his third command center up and he keeps saying that there's no Nexus for Terminator, then he's not gonna have to do that attack that Terminator seems good against, that big SCV pulling attack. There's the Nexus finally, but it's so delayed. He got his tech first. Storm is ready, he's got a lot of Templar here, there are no ghosts on the map.
Byun is getting farther and farther ahead in the overall supply, and he's just waiting for the ratio that he needs to attack here. He's starting to pull a few of his SCVs and over to his third base, tries to put it on the low ground.
For a second when I saw those, I was like, why is he doing this? I was like, he's in the perfect fine position. The Storms here are going to decide everything. The Viking ratio is really nice against the Colossi, and the dodges on the Storms are good. In fact, the Storms hit basically only Zealots there.
And suddenly, Byun is now up against a Protoss player who doesn't really have area of effect units or spells anymore. So he's moving in, and another Storm is being executed, but dodged, and there's just too much DPS. Terminator is down 50 supply, and Byun Prime is not going to stop here.
Yeah. Vikings just floating overhead here. Another good Storm, but he's just doubling his supply. He's going to take out the Nexus. The reinforcing hits are going to be too much. Terminator is in so much trouble because he has no way of harassing. He doesn't even have a pylon to warp in units to attack Byun's third.
He's behind in economy, he's behind in army supply. Terminator, after winning game number 1 in this best of 3 series, is now very close to being eliminated by Byun Prime and dropping back down into Code B.
Even Byun's upgrades are better. 2-2 versus just +2 armor. And he's going to fight. Not the best angle of attack here by Byun, but he's fighting against so few ranged units that his Bioforce can just kite forever, and even the Vikings now have landed. That cannon is so desperate for Terminator. He wants to hold for this Colossus to come out. The Vikings lift again as he realizes with that scan.
Even the Colossus is not going to change anything here. There is just too much DPS with those Vikings, but for now Byun is like, why risk it?
Yeah, I can just pull back and max out and attack you later, so that's what I'm going to do.
You don't have a third, I'm already on 3 bases, I'm taking my 4th as we speak. I have all these upgrades, I have an advantage over you. I do not have to attack you right now, I can play it safe.
Yeah. Byun just waiting a little bit longer, getting a few more medevacs out.
And Byun knows that Terminator has to get a third base, so he's thinning himself out once again, which leaves a lot of openings for Byun. Byun is just now waiting for his chance. He waits until his Bioforce is healed by the Medivacs once more, and now he can wait for the Ghosts, can attack this. This is the best position for him possible.
Yep, he's finishing up the last few depots he's going to need to actually get that 200 supply. He has supply block right now. But, I mean, once those depots are done, he's going to hit his next few production cycles will be maxed with the perfect composition with just enough Ghosts and Vikings. The only thing he's missing really is +3 armor. He forgot to research that. He had enough resources for a really long time. He just hasn't actually put the time in. When he first started +3, he didn't have enough. Now he's got it, and there it is on the production tab, as you said.
Yeah, he still has the resources, but now, the Storm is not doing anything, and here come the EMPs. Beautiful.
Yeah, that EMP was just right on time. If he had missed that by a second, the Storm would have hit all of the Terran army. And now Byun is just going to bully his way up the ramp with a significantly superior army.
His upgrades are so much better. Not a single attack upgrade for Terminator. Byun is doubling his supply, and those Zealots just don't stand a chance against this much DPS. GG.
And Byun, fan favorite, will advance here. Terminator looking really good last season. Not able to get into Code S, but Byun this time eliminates him entirely. He's going back down to Code B.
And our last game today is going to be Trap against ASD. We're going to cast the game in just a few minutes after a short break here at the GSL Code A.
We won't fight!